Hi, Setwork 2 is a piece composed in the classical era. That's the time between 1750 and around 1830. People had gotten bored of the flamboyant style of the Baroque era and were finding inspiration in the ancient world of the Greeks and the Romans, which was all about clean lines, symmetry and balance. The music of the classical era is also known for its balanced structures and clear and simple melody lines. The most famous composers of the classical era are Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Joseph Haydn and Ludwig van Beethoven, all of which lived in Vienna in Austria around the same time. Setwork 2 was composed by Mozart, so let's hear a bit more about him. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born in Salzburg, Austria in 1756. His father Leopold was a gifted composer and violinist, and he began teaching Mozart composition and keyboard from as early as 4 years old. Mozart would go with his father and his sister on musical tours around the courts of Europe, performing to princes and emperors. When Mozart was 25 years old, he moved to Vienna, where he spent the rest of his short life, sadly dying at the age of 35. Despite this, Mozart composed a vast amount of music, including 21 piano concertos, 5 violin concertos, 4 horn concertos, 41 symphonies, 27 string quartets, 6 string quintets, and 17 masses. In Setwork 2, we're studying the first movement of Mozart's Symphony No. 40 in G minor. Now that's not the most creative of titles, but that's just how they used to name pieces in those days. A symphony is a large-scale piece of music written for orchestra, and it consists of 3 or 4 movements. The whole of Mozart's Symphony No. 40 would normally last around 25 minutes, and you might want to go and listen to the rest of the symphony to get a better idea of it. Before we look at this set work in more detail then, some features of classical music. Music in the classical era was known for well-balanced, graceful melody lines with regular phrases. Now these phrases would often be in a question and answer format with perhaps a 4-bar question followed by a 4-bar answer. The textures used were often melody dominated, the melody taking centre stage over other parts in the music. Pieces were structured in a way that was balanced and symmetrical, and a great example of this is sonata form, which is the structure used in our set work. In the classical era, the orchestra became the established ensemble of choice, and also the harpsichord, which was popular in the Baroque era, became redundant and fell out of use. Now that was just a quick introduction on the first movement of Mozart's Symphony No. 40, which is our second set work. In the next few videos, we're going to look at this in much more detail. Thanks for liking and commenting on this video, and make sure you click that subscribe button. Bye!